Right in the heart of Old Montreal, there's this incredible building made of stone and, well, packed with stories, the Chateau Ramezay. Now, what if I told you that this one building has been a fortress, a prison, a palace, and a national treasure? It's pretty wild. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into the many, many lives of a building that has truly seen it all.
And look, we're not just going to rattle off a bunch of dates and architectural styles. Think of this more like the biography of a building. It's an epic story of power, of conflict, and total reinvention. And the same stone walls have been there for all of it, for hundreds of years.
So it really makes you wonder, right? How many lives can one single building actually live? I mean, really think about that. For the Chateau Ramezay, the answer is just staggering. It started its journey as
a really prestigious home for colonial governors, a big symbol of French royal power in the New World. But it was also built for something much, much harsher.
A military fortress. Yeah, a strategic stronghold designed to protect a brand new city from attack. And believe it or not, the story takes an even darker turn from there, when it becomes
a wartime prison. Seriously, its dungeons were used to hold political prisoners during the whole mess of the American Revolutionary War. But after all that conflict, it somehow got reborn, again, into
the celebrated national treasure that we know today. What a journey, right? It's absolutely incredible. So let's do this. Let's go all the way back to the beginning.
Okay, so to really get the chateau, you have to picture the world it was born into. And let me tell you, it was not a peaceful time. We're talking about an era of intense colonial ambition and constant looming threats. This building was basically forged in that fire.
And its creation was so deliberate. I mean, think about it. Back in 1663, King Louis XIV himself orders it to be built. It's designed by a top French architect, François de Marquette, with one crystal-clear mission. This thing was basically a strategic piece of military hardware. Its job? Protect the French colony from raids. This building wasn't built for lux. It was born out of pure, urgent necessity.
But, a fortress is only a fortress for so long, right? Once those immediate threats started to die down a bit, the building began to evolve. It went from being just a defensive structure to becoming the absolute nerve center of colonial power in New France.
So get this, by 1683, it's the official residence for Governor-General Frontenac, a huge name in Quebec's history. And this is where it gets really interesting, because it had this dual purpose. On one hand, yeah, it was a fancy residence, a symbol of power and prestige. But on the other hand, those high walls and towers, they give a perfect strategic view for planning military operations. It was literally a home and a war room, all in one.
But as we all know, the fortunes of war can turn on a dime. And in a crazy twist of fate, the very same walls that were built to project French power would soon be used to imprison French leaders. This is where the story takes a really dark and dramatic turn.
I mean, this complete 180 in its role is just stunning. When British troops occupied Montreal during the American Revolutionary War, the whole identity of the building just flipped. The home for governors? It became a dungeon for local leaders. The center for strategy? It became a symbol of occupation. It's wild to think that the same stone walls could hold two totally opposite meanings.
Well, after all that conflict, it was time for a change. A big one. In the 19th century, the castle sheds that tough military skin and gets a massive makeover. It's like it's reborn, entering a totally new phase of its life as this elegant architectural showpiece.
And this wasn't just a tear down and rebuild. No, it was a complete reinvention. The architect, William Werner, his job was to create something new and beautiful. But, and this is the cool part, he did it while respecting the past. He carefully worked the original elements right into his new design. This is when that iconic clock tower gets added, completely changing its silhouette from a blocky fortress into the graceful chateau we see today.
And that brings us to a really key date, 1936. This is the year, this is the moment when its long, complicated, incredible history finally gets the official recognition it deserves. In 1936, the Chateau Ramezay is officially designated a National Historic Site of Canada. It basically cements its status forever as a place that matters to the entire country.
So, where does that leave us? Well, it brings us to its life today. And let me be clear, the chateau is no dusty old relic locked behind glass. Not at all. It's completed this incredible journey from fortress to cultural cornerstone, and trust me, it is very, very much alive.
Right now, it's one of Quebec's top tourist spots. You've got concerts and theater happening in its halls. Its grounds are used for these lively historical reenactments. And the best part? Visitors can actually walk those same halls, touch those same walls that governors and prisoners did centuries ago. It's a living, breathing piece of history, and it's still telling its story every single day.
So when you boil it all down, the chateau isn't just one thing, is it? It's an architectural masterpiece, it's a living historical document, and it's a huge cultural symbol, all wrapped up in one package. It really is a powerful testament to the incredible, rich history of Quebec.
So here's a thought to leave you with. The next time you walk past an old building, in your own city or town, maybe just stop for a second and wonder, how many lives has that building lived? What stories are hiding inside its walls? Because if the Chateau Ramezay teaches us anything, it's that every building has a story, just waiting for someone to come and read it.